Everyone knows the Middle East is a region long plagued by conflict and unrest. However, things are about to get even worse. After a series of attacks by Israel, Iran is set to strike back at its Middle Eastern counterpart. So what exactly caused this conflict? And what exactly is Iran planning? In a bold breach of Iranian sovereignty, a senior Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was killed in a bomb attack in the heart of Tehran. This deadly strike, which Iran has attributed to Israel, has unleashed a tidal wave of outrage and a thirst for revenge within the Islamic Republic. Adding fuel to the fire, Israel also carried out another daring operation the very next day, eliminating a top Hezbollah commander, Fuad Shukr, in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. These bold and seemingly coordinated moves by the Israeli government have left the nations allied with Iran filled with anger, determined to retaliate and make Israel pay dearly for its actions. The sudden escalation of tensions in the region has sent shockwaves far beyond the borders of the Middle East. Global powers, already weary from the ongoing turmoil, now find themselves bracing for the potential of a wider confrontation that could have devastating consequences for international stability and security. The recent string of targeted assassinations carried out by Israel has served as the match that ignited the troubles in the region. By striking at the heart of Iran's allies, the Israeli government has taken a bold and provocative step that has left Tehran filled with rage and determined to extract a heavy price. The killing of Ismail Haniyeh, a senior figure within the Hamas movement, on Iranian soil was a particularly bold move that exposed the vulnerabilities of Iran's security apparatus. As a key political leader of the Palestinian group that is closely aligned with Tehran, Haniyeh's death on Iranian territory has been interpreted as a direct challenge to the Islamic Republic's authority and influence in the region. Compounding the outage, the Israelis followed up the assassination in Tehran with another daring operation in Beirut, where they eliminated Fuad Shukr, a prominent military commander with Hezbollah, Iran's powerful proxy in Lebanon. This dual strike against Iran's most trusted allies has left the Iranian leadership feeling humiliated and itching for a decisive response. For the Iranians, these targeted killings represent a significant blow to their strategic positioning in the Middle East. The loss of such influential figures within Hamas and Hezbollah, both of which are integral components of Iran's regional power network, has dealt a tangible setback to Tehran's ambitions of expanding its sphere of influence. Unsurprisingly, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has issued a direct order for the country's forces to strike back at Israel, setting the stage for a potentially devastating confrontation. The Iranian government has made it clear that it will not tolerate such bold incursions into its allies' ranks and that it is prepared to unleash its own brand of retribution to restore its wounded pride and strategic standing in the region. With Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, ordering a direct response to the assassinations of Ismail Haniyeh and Fuad Shukr, the stage is set for a potentially catastrophic confrontation between the Islamic Republic and Israel. Tehran has made no secret of its intention to extract a heavy price from the Jewish state, vowing to deliver a harsh punishment for the breach of its defenses. The Iranian government has made it clear that its retaliation will not be limited to a single strike, but rather a broader campaign that will involve its extensive network of proxy forces across the region. Chief among these is Hezbollah, the powerful Shiite militant group based in Lebanon, which has long served as Iran's most formidable ally in its ongoing conflict with Israel. Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, has already issued a stark warning, declaring that the group's conflict with Israel has entered a new phase and threatening a major retaliation for the assassination of Fuad Shukr. Nasrallah's fiery rhetoric has only amplified the sense of apprehension. as Hezbollah is known for its willingness to engage in protracted and bloody confrontations with the Israeli military. The prospect of Hezbollah's involvement in Iran's retaliation plans is causing further tension across the region, with the possibility of a multi-front assault involving rockets, drones, and other sophisticated weaponry. Israel, cognizant of the looming threat, has taken steps to strengthen its defenses, including the deployment of its advanced missile defense systems and the mobilization of its air and naval forces. However, the uncertainty surrounding Iran-specific plans has left many Israelis in a state of deep unease. The country's leadership has sought to project an image of readiness and resolve, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowing that Israel is prepared for any scenario, both offensively and defensively. Yet, the specter of a sustained and multi-pronged assault from Iran and its proxies has left the Israeli public feeling increasingly vulnerable and anxious. The simmering tensions between Israel and Iran have far-reaching implications that extend well beyond the borders of the Middle East, prompting a series of diplomatic activity aimed at preventing a full-blown regional war. The thing is, the involvement of Iran's proxies, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthi in Yemen, raises the concerns of a multi-front war that could draw in other key players in the region. The prospect of a simultaneous assault from these Iranian-backed groups, potentially involving a barrage of rockets, drones, and other sophisticated weaponry, has left Israel's defense system stretched thin. The country's vow to respond with disproportionate force should it be attacked has also raised concerns about the potential for civilian casualties and widespread destruction. Beyond the immediate theater of conflict, a wider war could have devastating implications for the global economy, especially in terms of energy security. The Middle East is a crucial hub for oil and gas production, and any disruption to supply lines or infrastructure could cause major problems in international markets, leading to soaring energy prices and potentially exacerbating the ongoing global economic challenges. As the specter of Iranian retaliation looms large, global powers have been working behind the scenes to de-escalate the situation and steer the warring parties away from a path of open conflict. The United States, a steadfast ally of Israel, has been actively engaged in the diplomatic efforts, with President Joe Biden convening his national security team to discuss the evolving developments in the region. The Biden administration has made it clear that it will stand by Israel and provide support if the country is attacked, echoing the assistance it offered during the tit-for-tat attacks between Israel and Iran in April. However, the White House has also been urging caution, sending messages to Iran through regional intermediaries that an escalation of the conflict would not serve the Islamic Republic's interests. Neighboring countries such as Jordan and Egypt have also been actively involved in the diplomatic maneuvering, recognizing the potentially catastrophic consequences of a wider regional war. The Jordanian Foreign Minister, Ayman Safadi, recently traveled to Tehran for meetings with his Iranian counterpart, underscoring the importance of de-escalating the tensions. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has also stepped up, announcing plans to hold a meeting of Arab and Muslim foreign ministers in Saudi Arabia to discuss the continued crimes of the Israeli occupation and Israel's aggression against Iran. Amid the series of diplomatic activity, countries around the world have been advising their citizens to exercise caution and, in some cases, to leave the region entirely. Several airlines have suspended or canceled flights to and from Beirut and Tel Aviv, reflecting the growing concerns about the potential for a wider conflict. As the world watches the situation in the Middle East, the international community remains aware of the high stakes involved. The prospect of a regional war that could disrupt global energy supplies, trigger mass displacement, and destabilize the already fragile geopolitical landscape has prompted a concerted effort to find a diplomatic solution and prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. However, with both Israel and Iran unwilling to back down, and with the hints of Hezbollah's involvement casting a long shadow, the path to de-escalation remains fraught with challenges. The delicate balance of power in the region hangs in the balance as the world anxiously awaits the next move in this high-stakes game of geopolitical brinkmanship. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell. See you in the next video.